Welcome to the Salty Chip Podcast, where you're always coming back for more, with your hosts Mackenzie and Isaac.
Okay, welcome back. Today we are recapping Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, episode 7. So the opening scene starts at the luncheon that Lisa is hosting, where she is trying to clear up her name and the allegations and any misconceptions or rumors. So then Lisa says that Angie said one of the most hurtful things ever, and it was that she was comparing her to Jen Shaw.
Yeah.
So definitely didn't hit well, and in the sense of like the fraud and business and all of that.
Yeah, that's the Salt Lake insult this year. You're Jen Shaw, you know?
Yeah. And then Lisa goes on to question Angie about how many salons she really has.
To specify. Hello, everyone. My name's Angie Kay. I own 7 salons and my franchise company. 3 of them. There's no 1.5. You lie and you throw shit out there and to insult me. I finally figured Lisa's tactic out. She lies to deflect and make someone else the target. And everyone's tired of it.
I didn't lie. I didn't do it to insult you. You took it as an insult.
You have no idea what I own.
Angie,
you don't know the facts about my business. You do French fries. I do franchise. You should stick to it.
French fries?
Everybody loves it. She said, you do French fries, I do franchise.
Ooh, that was good.
That it's not 10, it's 1.5.
Because there's like some that are franchise, which is like, well, yeah, they have a franchising business. You know, it's like an interesting, she's like trying to dig on her. Like, you have 10 franchises. It's like, that's pretty good to create something that 10 people bought into franchise.
Yeah, and
know?
Of course she's trying to like make it seem smaller. Like, well, no, those are franchises, so technically you don't own them.
Yeah.
So you can't count them as yours.
It's like the guy who owns McDonald's. You don't actually own all those stores. It's like, yeah, that's the point.
Yeah. Yeah. Right?
That's why we made a franchise model.
Yeah, exactly. So she's trying to like make a dig out of nothing, really.
Yeah.
You know, out of one
just
of her
reaching for
accomplishments,
straws, you know.
which is exactly what Lisa doesn't like done to her.
Yeah,
So,
totally.
It's very interesting. And then after they have this big, you know, you do French fries, I do franchise fight, Angie goes and says, let me ask you this. I invested in your son's Fresh Wolf in 2021. It is a men's hair care line. And she put it on her shelves. And she goes, you're out there with this brand deal with Kerastase, promoting Kerastase all the time, but never promoting your own son's hair company.
Yeah.
And then she goes on and says that Fresh Wolf is a C-line company.
Yeah.
And Lisa just loses it. And I get it. When you come for the kids,
all
the women, you know, it's kind of like this off limits.
That it is, you know, it's like you totally get why Lisa's upset about it. And at the same time, though, it's also true, like what Angie's saying, you know, like, and that's why Lisa does brand deals with other companies and doesn't push that, you know, kind of thing. Like, so
she's getting
so
paid
it's like
for it. Yeah.
Totally irrespective of the kids being involved. If the kids weren't involved at all, like what Angie said would be true, you know, kind of thing. Like, so it's just, I get why Lisa, you know, is going to take it as like, oh, you're just coming after my kids when it's like, you know.
Right. So
and especially because Angie runs a salon where they sell hair care products all the time. Like, she would know what goes on the shelves and sells well. And if she's had something on the shelf for 2 years that hasn't sold, I'd say that's probably C level or whatever, you know.
She
like,
says it should be in Walmart, which is
it probably, that's
a
not,
dig.
that's
like,
not a dig at all.
Being in Walmart, like, you've made it, you know?
Would have huge distribution, you know?
So, I don't know. These ladies' digs at each other are just interesting.
Yeah, it's like, and again with Angie, like, I totally get how that is like a dig, but it's also not, and that's probably true. Like, that would do so much better if that's how they tried to sell it. Like, the Walmarts to younger kids, you know,
Yeah.
like sort of like hitting their demographic or whatever.
Right.
So it's like,
young
it's just
kids
interesting.
just like them.
Like, yeah, that's not I would not take that as an insult as like, yeah, my shit's sold in every Walmart in America. It's like that Walmart does more revenue than any country.
Yeah.
Or I mean any company in the country.
Yeah.
So it's like that's not an insult.
Yeah. You're like
that's
like,
great.
Actually, that is a great idea.
That's a huge accomplishment.
And if Lisa really wanted to flex, she would go get
a Walmart
Fresh Wolf
deal.
in Walmart and be like, "Looky here, Angie."
And then it'd be like, yeah, and Andrew would be like, I told you so.
Yeah.
Like, I told you, go get in Walmart. It's going to crush, you know?
Right. So then Heather kind of weighs in and she is trying to like see both sides. And she says, like, we understand Lisa that she, you know, wants to clear her name and Angie wants to clear her name, but then each of them goes low. And counting Angie's franchises and money and all of that is wrong. And then Angie going after the kids is wrong. And so Heather says neither one of you need to go low. And they always like one goes low, one goes lower.
Yeah.
And she kind of points that out.
She has a good intervention moment. Like, this is
Yeah.
not fun to like be
Yeah.
friends with y'all like this.
She's like, y'all
this
should.
sucks.
Yeah, you should have like adult conversations. This lunch isn't fun. This situation isn't fun. Like, why does everything have to be so like serious and deep? Why can't they just keep it fun and entertaining?
That's the crazy thing. Yeah, like they can't just disagree.
Yeah.
Just be like, oh, I don't think the same way, but that's
Yeah.
cool. They're like, yeah, I don't think the same way, but I need to destroy your business and your livelihood and like go on a war path to like wreck your life. It's like, how about you just disagree?
Yeah.
And be like,
real.
we don't see eye to eye on this.
So then the ladies start talking about vulnerability. And Lisa says, well, I just didn't grow up like you guys.
Like
My life was different growing
peons.
up.
You have no idea what it's like to grow up as royalty.
Yeah.
Unlike you peasants.
So she says, like, she is being vulnerable. She does get vulnerable. Her feelings do get hurt. But it is, like, hard for her to show it. Like, she has
Well,
those
it's
feelings
never her
inside,
showing
but
it.
she doesn't like to show it.
It's people always bringing it out. You know, like she never preemptively is vulnerable with them.
Right.
It's always they have done something where she's in like a reactionary state, so then is vulnerable,
Right.
kind of thing, you know?
Right.
So it's like almost they force it
It's
out
like
of
a
her.
forced vulnerability.
Yeah, it really
Yeah.
is, you know, which is different than her like just
Being
naturally
vulnerable.
being
Yeah,
vulnerable, you
yeah,
know.
For sure. No, I totally get that. And so then it pans to Amy, the socialite, who we've seen a couple of times now this season, and she hasn't really ever said much. I don't know if the producers edit out what, like, any commentary that she said during the fight, but as of now, like, I don't think she said one thing.
I bet they didn't edit it out. I bet she just hasn't said anything because the first fight was at her house and it was all about the camping trip, which she wasn't there.
Yeah, and like
then,
the S and the D.
yeah, you know, which like she's not in any of that. So
Yeah.
I'm sure she was like, well, I'm not getting involved in this.
Yeah.
And then this one too, it's like another thing where like what they're fighting about, she's not involved at all.
Yeah.
And it's not like little disagreements where she could maybe throw her 2 cents in. It's like full on crash outs.
Right.
You
So I think
know?
if she did say something, people would be like,
It would come off
and
like
be
Brittany.
attack.
Like Brittany,
Yeah.
if it was Brittany, she would try to say something and it would make no sense and it'd be like, okay, and we'll continue. Like, just
Yeah.
ignore that. Like,
That's
nobody
very
even
true.
knows what she's talking about.
That's very true. Yeah. It will be interesting to see, like, if they do bring her on again as a friend of, because we're already
Yeah.
on episode 7.
Yeah.
Or if they will do a full housewife, or if
Maybe
they're just
she'll-
gonna cancel her altogether.
Yeah. Catch her stride the back half of the season.
Yeah.
Or maybe come on the reunion for a little bit or something.
Yeah. But either way, it then kind of proceeds into Lisa Barlow kind of making apologies to a couple of the girls. So first she starts with Angie, and she says, when you love someone hard and they do something that hurts you, it hits way harder. And she deeply cares about her relationship with Angie, and she apologizes. And Angie apologizes as well. So you kind of think that there is some reconciliation there, that it's squashed.
Gonna try to smooth things over,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, you would think.
We all know what's really gonna happen eventually, inevitably.
Yeah, you would think. Then she turns to Heather and she says that she is very thankful for Heather's friendship, that she's very loyal, trustworthy. She will like kind of keep
But
her in line.
She did good here, sort of like keeping the peace. Like, hey, both of y'all, not making any comment on what either of them are saying, but just like, this is not cool,
Yeah.
you know? Like, and who cares what either of y'all are saying? Like, this isn't cool,
Yeah.
you know?
And then she pans over to Bronwyn and she says that her and Bronwyn have a lot of work to do and that there are things that she can see in Bronwyn and that she acknowledges them even if Bronwyn can't see them herself.
Which, that is like a bitchy thing to say.
Yeah,
You
like,
know? That's like,
Are you
what?
saying that she has really low self-esteem?
Or, yeah, it's like, there's like no good way to take that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, no matter what, it means some kind of weird thing.
Yeah.
Like, you know, just a weird, it's like, I could see how that would rub Bronwyn the wrong way.
Of course.
Like, that was totally not an apology
Yeah.
or like a make amends. You know? It was like a backhanded
Little
pat on the
dig.
head.
Yeah.
Good boy, you know.
And so Bronwyn said that she didn't take any pride in releasing all of this information about the lawsuits. And she just wants Lisa to stop talking about her. So she thought Lisa might stop if Bronwyn showed that she had beef on her.
Like if she fights back, it will be like, this isn't worth it to talk about her. I'm going to talk about someone else who doesn't like give me as much hell back.
And then Bronwyn says that they can move forward once each other acknowledges that they've both hurt each other.
Yeah.
So, and then Lisa raises a glass and she says, friends that love hard, that hurt hard, but she loves each and every one of them. Even if she is mad at them, she still loves them. And then they all cheers and hopefully, you know, you can see some of these relationships moving in a positive direction.
Yeah. Tried to make it end on a good note.
Yeah. Okay. And then we see Meredith at her boutique with her husband Seth and Chloe, and they are kind of planning out where they're going to put stuff for remodeling her store. So it's going to be like jewelry in the front and then a speakeasy bar.
Like a caviar bar.
Yeah, a caviar bar in the back.
Which, I mean, it sounds pretty cool, you know? It's like wherever in New York definitely would check it out if it's done, you know?
I thought, was that
Or where
in
is
New
that?
York or Salt Lake City?
I guess maybe it's in Salt Lake.
I think it was in Salt Lake, like down in one of the quaint little areas. It kind of looked like a, I think it was.
It's kind of
like
confusing. And was that the daughter that was on Next Gen with the brother?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So, then Heather and Mary are at lunch, and Heather said that she overdrank at Lisa's lunch the day before. And then Mary was like, well, what did we even have? And she said it was tequila. She's like, I didn't taste tequila. I just taste medicine. It just tastes like hospital. And kind of panned back to her telling Jen Shaw that she smelled like a hospital and how she just like hates that smell. And I think it was because it reminded her of like when her grandmother was in the hospital or something. I can't remember what she said about that.
Does anybody like going to a hospital? You know, like it's just like gross.
But she like makes it a point to say
it's a thing for her.
Yes. And then Heather just thought that was like kind of ironic and funny. She's like, what? A hospital has a smell and taste now? And she says, every smell has a taste.
Which I totally get what she's saying there. It's so true. Every smell has a taste.
Yeah. So it's pretty funny. And then they show Whitney and her husband at home. And it was actually nice to see them like kind of like not so serious and laughing. And they're putting up a stripper pole again.
Getting back to her roots.
Yes.
You know?
So she missed her old life.
She's like, man, my life totally collapsed when I removed the stripper pole from my living room. My business went under. My husband got fired.
Yeah.
I need to get that stripper pole back stat.
Yeah, that's basically is what she's saying. And she missed like all the moms talking about it at like carpool, and she missed like her fun,
like,
vivacious
shock and awe
self.
of it.
Yeah, and she doesn't want to mute any part of herself anymore. And she felt like she kind of like cocooned herself for a little bit after she started her business. Things just changed. I think she thought she had to be more professional, so she just kind of like stopped having those like loose fun.
It's like doing the things that work to start the business. Then when it got going, it's like, oh, I need to change and do these other things. When it's like she should have just kept doing what she was doing to start it, and it worked. And her audience would have kept buying from her and would have felt more loyal to her or whatever kind of thing.
And honestly, like, she got famous not from being all buttoned up and prim and proper. She got famous and it got popular because she was
people
wild
like her
and silly.
You know?
Yeah, people like her. And then I think the change, and then having all of the bad press and all of the confusing changes within all the companies.
And the rebrand.
It
Yeah,
just
like
got weird.
Yeah,
it just got too weird. If she just kept it at the simple,
like whatever she was
Wild
doing when it
Rose
started,
or whatever it was the first time, that probably would have stayed.
Would have been fine. You know.
Yeah. So, you know, it is sad to see them go through that.
But good for her. She's getting the stripper pole back. I'm sure Justin's thrilled.
I bet so. And I bet all their party goers.
And all the neighbors are horrified.
Yeah. Right. And then we have a scene where Bronwyn goes in to meet up with Lisa Barlow at one of Lisa Barlow's event locations. And she is there to talk about their relationship and hopefully like move on.
Yeah, kind of move on from the fight before at Lisa's other event and sort of, you know, because kind of there they said like, we'll try to be friends, but we're going to talk separately.
Right.
So this is like them setting that up.
Right. So then it's brought up about Lisa Barlow knowing Gwen's grandparents and kind of speaking to them on behalf of Bronwyn and possibly meeting up with Gwen and being in her life again. And Bronwyn does acknowledge that put Lisa in a, you know, sticky spot with them. And yeah, she didn't
like she's kind of just in the middle, like knows the people who are the parents of Gwen's dad, who's dead.
Yeah.
And they have some weird relationship with Bronwyn and them. And so she like approached them to kind of help smooth it over. And she didn't have to do any of that. You know, she's like, so.
And even though it didn't smooth anything over, and I don't think that they are in Gwen's life or Bronwyn's life or anything, but she does acknowledge that Lisa like put their friendship on the line.
Yeah, like you didn't have to do that. And that wasn't an easy thing for you to do. So you recognizes like you do have to care about me at some level to go out of your way to do that for me. Because you didn't have to do any of that.
Yeah. And then they just kind of go on to say, Bronwyn says we can't keep doing this race to the bottom and attacking each other and saying like, you suck, gout dick.
It's just the classic, you know, eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind kind of thing. It's like at some point somebody has to take the last one on the chin and just be like, I'm not retaliating.
Yeah.
And then hopefully the other person stops slinging shit.
Right.
But if they keep doing it, then it's like obviously going to flare back up.
Yeah.
But at some
that's kind of
point,
what Bronwyn said is like when Lisa made that gout comment, it just like enraged her. And she was just like, why does she keep just attacking me? And now I'm going to attack back. And so that's exactly kind of the stuff that Bronwyn says, like, that just needs to stop.
Yeah. And just that, you know, you'd say something to someone like in jest as obviously it's like a funny thing, like a joke, but then it's going to get totally weaponized against you later. It's like, you can't do that. Like, if you want to be close to people, you can't just throw out whatever they said and use it against them like whenever you want. You
right.
Like, they're not going to be close to you.
Right. Yeah, and don't expect it when you start to lose friends if that's
and don't act like you're some great friend to them.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like you're not if you're doing that.
Right. And so eventually both women, you know, acknowledge their hurt on each side and they make up and want to move forward. And then Bronwyn kind of opens up to Lisa about Gwen, that they're doing great, that Gwen's boyfriend lives there now, the mom lives there, that the mom has like kind of acknowledge how hard she was on Bronwyn and how Bronwyn needed that and that Bronwyn's working on herself and just kind of all of this life update kind of stuff that you would see Friends doing.
For sure. So yeah, it was a good lunch. It's like good intentions. Hopefully they can, keep, I don't think they'll be like best buddies or anything, but hopefully it's just like the warring stops and it's like, all right, let's chill, know.
Yeah. So only time will tell, We'll see if next episode, if they're getting along or if it's still
somebody's
constant
slinging
fighting.
something again.
Yeah. And now we see Bronwyn at her home with her daughter Gwen and the boyfriend, and they are heading out the door. They say that they are going to like bowling practice for their bowling
they're in like
league.
A bowling league.
But then Gwen had figured out, that it really just meant every Wednesday they were going on a date night, like just them two. And they, I guess, had to say that they were going on a bowling league to be able to be alone on a date at 19.
Yeah, who knows?
I don't know. It was weird. Or maybe
probably
they're just trying to be
out.
funny.
Yeah, I think just like,
like a silly
it's
little
none of y'all's
joke.
business what we're doing. We're just going out and like doing our thing. I'm sure they're, probably doing something they don't want to say or want to improve of, gonna go hang out with friends or something. And
Well, then Muzzy goes, well, the East Wing isn't private enough.
yeah.
That was the one time I might have liked her. But otherwise, I can't stand Muzzy.
Yeah, she's rough, man.
Yeah, and she goes on to tell Bronwyn that, her parenting style worked better than Bronwyn's. And Bronwyn's was like, are you sure? Because I ended up pregnant at 19.
Yeah.
And she kind of just came up with this thing of like, I never thought you would be doing that.
That's what kills me about her.
What?
She's like, so she's raised Bronwyn, absolutely despises how she's turned out, was totally ashamed of her, all at 19, is like a total bitch to her, and then is going to sit there and be like, well, my parenting method is better.
Yeah.
It's like, you hate me.
Yeah.
You made me. Like, what are you talking about? Like, it's so good you can barely look at me. Shut up.
Yeah.
Like, zip your mouth.
Yeah.
And you should be thankful you're even here right now.
Right. Because
Like,
I don't see the other two daughters that were treated, just so greatly taking care of their mother in old age.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't see them moving them in.
It's ridiculous. She just drives me crazy with like her arrogance, like,
I couldn't do that. It would be like reliving the trauma every day. I just, it's not good for Bronwyn's healing. And honestly, like, she would be in a home if she was my mom.
It's crazy.
Like, I wouldn't want to have her living with me, or I'd pay a sibling to like take her in.
It's crazy.
But clearly none of the other siblings want anything to do with the mom.
And it's just crazy because it's like, it's not like, oh, she's just saying something and maybe it could be interpreted as mean. Like you can tell she is just literally trying to be mean.
Yeah.
And she even says that later in the scene, basically. You
Yeah.
know? But it's just like, you can't stand her, you know? Like, ugh.
Yeah. And she also just, I feel like Bronwyn kind of is that Cinderella story. Like, you have the evil mom, the two older sisters that are favored, the youngest one that's probably the prettiest one getting the worst treatment, and then you have this like guy coming to come save her, and then the mom being jealous.
She thinks Bronwyn's a total failure, horrible, disgusting, but she can't live without Bronwyn. Their dad can't be in that home without Bronwyn, and she fucking hates that. Yeah. So it's like this weird thing where she like hates Bronwyn as a failure, but literally they can't do anything without Bronwyn. Right. So it's like, zip it, lady. Yeah. If you're so fucking successful, why the hell is Todd paying for everything?
Right.
If you're so smart and know how to run your life and your household,
well,
why are we picking up all the pieces for you?
Where are the favorite children? Why aren't they taking care of the mother?
It's just like, it's like
it's like
the lack of the third eye to see.
Yeah.
I have no business making any comments on any of this.
Yeah.
I should be nothing but supportive and thankful and appreciative.
Right. And Bronwyn does share some like stories from the past about her mom and how she was treated when she was pregnant.
Just tries to spite her every chance she gets and all that.
Yeah.
My mom and I were at a baby gap because both my sisters were pregnant at the same time that I was. And my mom said, I'm picking something out for my granddaughter. And the salesperson said, oh, so you're having a little girl. And I said, oh, she means my sister. And she says, oh, I thought you were pregnant too. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have assumed. And I said, I am. And she said, so is grandma buying something for your baby also? And my mom said, no.
It's sad and it's intense. And you can tell Muzzy is just that old boomer who's just bitter, jealous, upset that Bronwyn actually has a good life.
And wants to make her life harder than it otherwise would be. Like, that is just what I cannot understand at all. How you would look at your own kid and be like, I want to make their life harder than it otherwise would be, just so I feel better. It's like, you're a shitty person.
It's a boomer thing. Like, I strongly believe it's just a boomer thing.
It's crazy.
They just don't like their children. They don't. Like, I don't know one boomer that like has ever said anything nice about their child. It's always like, well, they could do better. It's like... Yeah, well, so could you.
It's crazy.
And clearly Muzzy could have. And it was dark. Bronwyn said it's dark for you to insinuate that, like...
She was insinuating that Bronwyn was going to try to put the kid in a foster home, but then also was bitching that Bronwyn wouldn't put the kid up for the adoption and was saying, no, I'm keeping my daughter.
Yeah.
So it's like, and she's some, super devout Mormon Christian, dad runs the church. They believe all life is a gift. Oh, except Bronwyn's. Yeah. Let's get that out of here. Let's like punish her. Yeah. Let's, screw her child. It's like, y'all are why people get so pissed off and hate religion. Like, y'all are using the Lord's name in vain to punish your kids and do all this shit, like.
And how awkward for Gwen, knowing her mother lives with him now, knowing the grandmother never wanted her to even be born, that the grandmother shunned her mom for her existing, that the grandmother ruined Bronwyn's life for her existing. Like, that's awkward.
It is
and
so
for
weird.
Bronwyn, she shouldn't even allow that grandmother to live there. She should be in assisted living.
It's so weird. Exactly. Gwen is in that house with that grandmother. And if that grandmother had her way, Gwen would not be there at all.
Exactly.
And even to this day, with her living in the house with Gwen, seeing how much of a blessing it is for all their life to have this child in it, she still would prefer Bronwyn put Gwen up for. So it's like,
she still
this
can't
woman
even
should
say,
not be in the house. Like, no, you don't deserve to be here, because even today, you would go back in time and make it so Gwen's not here.
Yeah.
Like, you're terrible.
And she can't even say during that sit down, I am so glad that you didn't do that. I'm so proud of you for being a strong woman. Like,
is that
nothing.
Exactly.
It was opposite. It was like,
she should be saying, one of my biggest regrets is that we made you pay so much hell for all of that. When we're here today and Gwen is a great, amazing daughter, and now your dad and husband, he doesn't even know which way is up because he has Alzheimer's. So they spent all that time and all those crucial years of her life punishing her for this, and he doesn't even know if it's day or night right now.
Yeah.
What a freaking waste,
Yeah.
But she still would go back and not have Gwen be there because she felt shame. Shut up, lady. You should feel 100 times the amount of shame by how you're acting right now on TV and what you're saying. Like, that is shameful.
Yeah.
And the fact that you're going to use, it's because of the church, you're going to try to use God to justify your shame. It's disgusting. It
is. Muzzy I can't stand the way that she thinks
nuts,
and
dude.
Justifies things. And it honestly makes her look more psychotic the more that she tries to justify being purely evil.
And even in that scene, remember, she tells her, I just wanted to make sure you never thought you were good enough.
Yeah.
It's like, that is like literally sadistic.
Yeah.
It's like, you are closer to Satan than God, lady.
Yeah.
Like, no matter how much you pray, with how you act, like, it's no competition.
Yeah.
And
just, like, seriously, that's how you're perceiving yourself on international TV?
That's how you
That's
can
how much
sum
of a
up.
narcissist you are, is that you're still gonna double down. You're not even embarrassed about your behavior on national TV when you should be crawling under those covers in a really dark room saying, what the fuck is wrong with me?
It's crazy. She's going to sit there and say, you know, I'm the better parent. And just my one goal as a parent was to just make sure you felt you were never good enough for anything and that we were never proud of you. It's like, and you're going to sit there and say your parenting works.
Mentality.
Like, lady, you're so far removed. It's like you cannot even take anything you say seriously. It's like your connections are all miswired, lady.
She is. She honestly...
It's crazy. It's hard to watch her.
It's so damaging to have someone like that in your house.
And when she says that, Bronwyn almost can't even... like, the look on her face, you can tell she's like... I literally cannot even believe you just said that while we're filming this.
Right. Like you're not even hiding it.
You are even crazier than like I have realized.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. And the way that she says it and the looks on her face where she's like definitely believes everything. Like Bronwyn said, my mom believes that 20 years ago when I got pregnant, it was the worst thing that's ever happened to her.
Which is so freaking frustrating. You know, it's just like, you are such a bitch, lady.
Yeah, she is.
Because Gwen has enriched her life so much and all of this stuff, and it's just I do not know how Bronwyn has her in the house with them. It'd be like,
hell no, you're not coming anywhere near my kids. And I feel bad for Gwen. All these psychotic adults around her whole life, only child.
Nutcases, man.
Both sides of her grandparents, psychos.
Just
her
crazy.
mom lost for half of her life. Then found Todd, got better.
Dad died when she was a baby or something.
I mean, it's just like every single adult in her life is just nutsos.
It's crazy.
It's like...
It's hard to watch the scenes with her and her mom and not just be like wanting to scream at her.
Yeah.
Like, you are insane, lady.
Yeah.
You're insane, dude.
And it's like, don't bite the hand that feeds you.
Yeah, it's just...
if you keep this up, you're going to be going too.
It's just like the nerve. Like, oh my gosh, dude.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh. Cannot
she
believe
is
you.
utterly awful. And just to be around your abuser 24/7 later on in life, especially after you had like 20 years of a break from living with them. I can't imagine how traumatic that would be and how much it would take you back into that space.
It's crazy.
Okay, so now we're switching over and seeing Mary and her big cousin Joe entering into her church that has been going through a renovation the past
2 years remodel.
And it's like, I wonder if it shut down because of all the rumors or because it needed a remodel.
I bet it is because of the remodel. And it's just taking...
Because of the remodel or the rumors?
I bet the remodel. She said it took that guy a year to put in a floor upstairs. Yeah. They probably demoed the church day one and then took 2 years to get anything in it. So like literally no one can go use it.
The funny thing is it doesn't look any different. It's like stark white and red.
It looks the exact same.
Yeah.
And she said it took him 2 years to put down a wood floor.
That's insane.
That should have been like 3 days. Yeah. You know?
And so when they walk in, there is the classic picture of Mary's grandmother next to Jesus.
Painted with Jesus.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Mama looking like you.
That's inspiring.
Yeah.
And it's like ribboned off so people can't touch it, or it's
so prized possession.
Weird.
It's so weird.
Like if I ever walked in a church and saw a painting of one of the people with Jesus, it'd be like, I need to get out of this church. Stat. This is the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
Oh my God. But they love it. They're like, oh, it's so amazing.
But I don't know. I mean, that's like, for me, it would feel like sacrilegious getting yourself painted next to Jesus. It'd be like, oh, that's a little much.
It is a lot. It is a lot. And then they go on, they sit down, they kind of talk a little bit about Robert Jr. and his sobriety. And then they move on to talking about Mary's grandmother asking Robert Sr. to marry Mary when she passes away.
Like the inner drama of how that all unfolded.
Yes, and then how the mom knew about this before the grandmother was going to pass. And then when the grandmother passed away, the mom came into church and said, I'm running it, not her.
Tried to like do a mutiny and take over the congregation.
And then the police were called and the police escorted her out. And of course, Mary, took over the church and married her step
And that's why it was like mama's dying wish for Mary to marry the guy.
Grandfather.
Which, it's like...
Thank God
I don't know if
they're
it
not
had to happen
blood
through
related.
marriage. I think legally they probably could have just transferred it all to Mary instead of her mom. So the marriage thing is still a little weird, but it's definitely interesting.
Maybe
there was like a big thing to cut Mary's mom out of everything because she was like, probably just...
She must have just been awful. I mean, the mom didn't like her. She said she always chose men over the children. She had a lot of children. None of the children speak to her like her. Mary doesn't speak to any of her siblings or her mom, nothing. Now her mom has passed away. And so Mary, can finally close that chapter.
Yeah.
But she just said what a roller coaster she went on with her mom and all of that. And, Robert Jr. has never met her mom, probably for very good reasons.
But, it's crazy,
It is a wild story. And it makes me wonder if Robert Jr.'s sobriety and addiction has anything to do with the whole scandal that when everyone found out from Real Housewives that she had married the stepdad, because that was a very big bomb drop season 1 when Mary was on.
Well, I think it's the kind of thing like it was a for sure big bomb drop for everyone watching. Like, holy crap. But from the church's perspective, everybody at the church would have known that's what happened.
No, I
know. Like everybody
but
in their life knew that's exactly what was going on.
But a child doesn't really know it's weird until everyone else catches on and is like, that is weird. And he was in that adolescent time of his life. And so I'm thinking he probably heard, read, saw all these things about his family and how weird it was and incestual. And you wonder like, okay...
And so is he the biological kid of the grandpa?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's weird.
Yeah. So then he's this kid. He might feel weird about it himself, but he doesn't want to tell his parents.
1,000% he's going to feel weird on that.
So I'm just thinking maybe some of his struggles have to do with all of that coming out during his adolescence.
There's no way it had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, for sure. Now, who knows if it's the sole purpose or whatever, but I mean, that's a whole weird...
But he was an A+ student. He went to, private school. All these things that should align with someone who isn't an addict, is more successful, can hold jobs.
Like that kind of stuff, I feel like that kind of stuff is good, but like there's almost an element to it of like, and they say he's really smart, and I feel like those like people like that, like they can get all of that stuff easy, and it is like quote unquote good, but like at the end of the day, it doesn't mean anything. Like at the end of the day, he's in that house. No one really gives a shit. He got A's. No one's giving him anything for, it's kind of like this weird thing. And he knows that. He's like smart enough to like know and recognize all that, that it's sort of like it's almost demotivating in a way,
I don't know. I don't know where the disconnect became with him and Mary and everyone. It's sad.
He needs a purpose. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Like you can tell he's like full nihilism, just as like, what is the point of all this? What's the point of my life? What's the purpose? Like there's nothing going on. He has no mission. He has no like larger thing he's contributing to that's like beyond him, and like that's like why societies have all that stuff. That's how you get people to like do good things and contribute, is they have things bigger than them to work towards.
Right. And he has to create his own purpose. His mom can't just sit there and create his purpose for him.
No. And I think she gets that now. I feel like probably growing up she thought she could.
I think that she did coddle probably a lot and did a lot for him, and things came easy for him, and then he just didn't do anything.
But and it's like that when you're young, like it's like, oh yeah, your purpose is school and grades and all that, and he did all that, and it's like, okay, now that's all that's done. It's like, now what? You know, what's the point?
Yeah.
But yeah, it definitely seems like she was like that, and then has really changed her approach with them, and is like, I just want to be like total honesty. I'm on, you know, if you want to know what I think, I'll tell you what I think, but I'm not gonna like lecture you and just like tell you what to be doing. I want you to just tell me what you are doing so we can have like a true connection, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah, which is good that they do have that open and honest conversations that he does tell her and everything.
Like if he slips up or whatever, you know, and it's not this thing of he's hiding it and it's getting worse, you know, like it's like a real kind of open dialogue, which is good.
Right. Okay, so Angie is at her hair salon. She needs to do some continuing education stuff. And so Heather comes in and is getting her hair done. And in the midst of it all, Angie tells Heather that Lisa's assistant came into her store and removed all of the products from her son's, Fresh Wolf line.
Yeah, I'm Lisa's assistant.
Oh, she wanted me to pick up the Fresh Wolf products today.
Came to get the products that she was saying weren't selling, you know?
Yes.
And it's like, the whole thing is just like for show and like an act, you know? Like, she knows the products haven't been selling in there. She hasn't placed another order for more, you know, kind of thing.
2 years,
yeah, you know, so it's like this thing of, or if she doesn't know that, then all of Angie's criticisms are valid of like, you know, like
you're not in tune with his
You're going to
business.
get mad at me for saying I can't sell the Fresh Wolf stuff when you don't even care about. Why should I care about Fresh Wolf more than you do?
Yeah.
I think that's more like what Angie's kind of saying through the whole thing is, why the hell is anybody going to care about it more than you?
Yeah,
and
that's
you
very true.
Don't care about it.
Yeah.
You know?
That is very true. And then her and Lisa kind of get into this text fight for a little bit, and this is how it goes. So Lisa says, $600 Venmo sent. I can send my cleaners to help you too.
Which, you know, the reason she's saying that is because Angie had to go get the bottles like from the back, and so they're dusty.
Yeah.
Because they've been in a closet because they're not selling.
Yeah.
And Lisa's just like kind of so full of herself that she's like, oh, your store is dusty. It's like if she thought about it, she would know. They're dusty because they're not selling.
Yeah.
Like that literally means they're not moving.
Yeah.
They're sitting in the same place because nobody is buying them. So like you're insulting yourself.
Yeah.
You know?
And she doesn't even realize it.
No.
So then Angie texts her back and said, you should probably have sent the $600 to other people that are claiming that you owe them money. I didn't say you owed me anything, and my salon is not dusty.
Which is crazy.
And then Lisa says, well, at least I don't have to borrow money to take vacations and pay it back after using a card I should have never used to begin with.
Which is hilarious because she's describing her own lawsuit with that guy's Amex.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing? Like,
and she's just, so then Angie is like, I'm not responding. She is trying to dig at me. She's trying to come up with some
she's trying to
rumor,
make me
whatever.
defend this thing that's not true. And that's like a classic manipulation thing. Like accuse someone of something crazy. So then they're just spending their time trying to defend themselves against it when it's like, they had nothing. Everyone knows they have nothing to do with this, but now that they're spending all this time defending it, they like think it's true.
Right,
you know?
Right. And then so she goes on and is telling Heather about all of this, and she kind of takes a dig at Lisa, and Heather like stops her and is like, "This is what I'm talking about. Like, we feel for you. That is a shitty situation to be in. But then you go and dig at them, and then it makes it kind of seem like, okay, well, we don't feel
makes it hard to be on your side.
Yeah.
You know, like she'll be like, oh, and I really like Lisa, and you know, we're trying to get along, and then she has bowling ball black hair, and she's like, "This, what are you doing? Like you were just doing this spiel that was like getting us on your side, and then you throw out this random thing that's like, oh, okay, I guess this isn't coming from the place I thought it was."
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
And then Andrew just like defends herself, and that she thought that Lisa and her had left the luncheon on good terms.
Yeah, which they did. They sort of did like, hey, we're going to be cool. whatever, let's move past this, let's try to be friends. And then Lisa sends the assistant to start this whole thing, which it totally is Lisa stirring up shit afterwards.
Yeah, exactly.
When Angie would have probably never mentioned Fresh Wolf again, and those bottles would have just stayed there forever, and nobody would have cared or done anything.
It's just one of those things with these women, or just with all women, is there has to be one that just stops. And when you apologize and come together and say sorry, it really does have to stop there.
Yeah.
Because if one person then leaves and continues it all, well, then why were we just doing this? Why did we just meet up, And so Angie says she does not know how she's going to react the next time that she sees Lisa.
She's like, I don't know if I'm going to be cool or I'm going to be fucking crazy.
Yeah, I think she'll probably be crazy.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I mean, every episode has been like a crazy fight, so I'm sure it's going to continue, you know?
So now we see Whitney meeting up with Brittany at a floral plant shop, and Brittany wanted to meet with her there and just apologize for attacking her at the RV trip about her business, because it's kind of similar to what Lisa did. And after seeing that luncheon, she felt bad, and so she wanted to apologize, and Whitney was, receptive of it and said thank you.
It.
And then Brittany goes on and says that her and Jared are back together again, even though they were breaking up, just
they've been
for
together, broken up, together, broken up, together, broken up, engaged, not engaged, broken up together. It's like, it's seriously like insane.
At this point, just don't tell anyone. Like, just say, we're together, even if you're broken up. Because we know.
Yeah, they don't need the play-by-play because it changes every day. So, like, no one cares,
And then she says that her daughter, Olivia, really doesn't want her mom dating for a while and doesn't want her mom choosing men over her.
Which she's been doing. And all these on and off breakups, it's probably total meltdown at the house the day she's getting dumped by Jared, and the kids are having to try to like she's melting down, freaking out in the house, crying all the time. And then the next day, we're back together. And then 3 days later, she's melting down, freaking out, crying in the house. Like they're probably so emotionally exhausted of dealing with this and seeing their mom like this that it's like, what is wrong with you? Like, what is wrong with you? Like, seriously, like.
It really is. Like, this scene was very shocking. It kind of seems like Brittany doesn't know how to be a parent.
And you could use a break. And if Olivia, if that's what she needs to see from you, and that's all, it should be a no-brainer. Like, put the cactus down. Like, Brittany.
Yes.
Literally.
Yeah.
It's your daughter.
I know.
You should feel instinctually like I'll do anything for her.
Yeah.
Anything. Even not dating.
Yeah.
Do you feel that?
Yeah, I do. I do.
Because standing here with you questioning it is making me feel like a certain way. It's your daughter. That she's opened up the pathway to move forward, and she's given you an opportunity. Take it. Because she might not again.
Doesn't seem like she's ever really had that motherly instinct.
She has zero empathy for her kids.
No.
And she can't even understand why she would have empathy.
Yeah, and it's like she kind of glasses over when she's talking about her relationship with Olivia. Feels very like disconnect.
Yeah, like
it was like major disconnect.
She's saying, Olivia's like, it's already on the rocks because sometimes the daughters won't even talk to her.
Yeah.
And then she's saying, I don't want you to date anymore. Like, you need a break. Like, and then maybe we can get closer.
Because that's why they ended the engagement, was because the children were not happy that they were engaged. So then they broke up, and then now they're back together. And then Olivia's saying, you always choose them over us. And so Whitney says, why don't you take 30 days not dating? And clearly your ups and downs with Jared are very intense. You could take a break. Your daughters could take a break, and then
you can show your daughter that you're committed to them and want to be in their life, and they're opening this door where y'all can have a relationship potentially and like mend whatever y'all have.
Right. And then Brittany is just like, well, that would be a big ask.
And Whitney's like, wait, are you?
Or no, sorry, Brittany said.
Yeah, no, you said Brittany said, and Whitney's like, are you serious? Like, like you can tell even Whitney's looking at her like, you're not who I thought you. Like, I can no longer understand you at all. Like you're seriously saying that's going to be, like, this is your daughter, dude. Like, this is your one chance to have a relationship with her, potentially.
A lifelong
you screw
relationship.
it up now.
Yeah.
She's probably may never give you the chance again. And you can't even think about why you would not date Jared. It's like you can tell Whitney is literally like, I do not see you the same anymore. No. Like, you are a completely different animal than I thought. Like,
which Whitney can tell she is just 100% dissociated from herself as a mother.
Yes,
she
no
can
instinct.
be a wife, but she doesn't want to be a mother.
Well, no, she can't be a wife.
Well,
because she's not one now. She can't keep a guy. She can't keep a fiance. She can't be a wife. She can't be a mom.
She can be a wife.
Yeah.
But in her mind, she does not look at herself as a mother. She doesn't even like connect with having kids. You can see she is so dissociated with the whole thing. It's weird.
It is weird. And Whitney's like, you feel that, right? Like, you understand what I'm saying. And she's like, yes. And you can tell she's lying. Like, she doesn't feel it at all, but knows she's supposed to say yes right now. Otherwise, she'll really look like a total freaking psycho, you know? But you can tell that, like, she does not actually feel that.
No.
And she looks confused, trying to figure out, should I feel that, or why would I ever feel that? It was like so revealing and weird of like, so weird. Okay, this woman is insane.
Yeah.
Like, and it's not the first time. There was something a couple seasons ago. I wish I could remember the details of it, but a similar situation where they're like, for your daughters, like, you should do this. And she's like, that won't be fun. It's like, who gives a shit if it's fun, lady? Like, you're an adult. The point of your life is to not have fun. That's for fucking kids, dude. Like, you know.
I think she thinks that she still is one. And it was shocking for her to be like, my mother doted on me so much. Of course I want to do that for my kids. I'm like, I have a sneaking suspicion your mom was your first bully, because
and did not no
way in hell you got coddled and had this great relationship with your mom, yet you can't even give your kids a hint of that.
You look totally confused when someone's like, hey, you know, have some empathy for your kids. You're looking like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
what is wrong with you, lady? Like,
I don't know. Maybe she's just on drugs or something.
I think it's a personality thing. I think it's like that. You know, it could be like that. She looks like she gets tons of Botox. They say it makes your face, you can't move. Then you do become less empathetic because you cannot express emotion anymore. Yeah. And she's just totally fried her empathy receptors and cannot empathize even with her own daughter.
No.
He's like begging her, please get us off this fucking Jared merry-go-round. Yeah. We've been in it for years. We hate it. Get us off.
Yeah.
She's like, that won't be fun.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God.
It's wild. And now in the last scene, we have Angie and Meredith, and they go to coffee, and they are trying to like work on their friendship right now. But basically, Angie met up with Meredith to tell Meredith that Lisa in the past had been telling Angie to look up certain family members, like gave them their names and all this stuff, and to dig up dirt on Meredith. And all these family members, I think there was like
bankruptcies or something.
Yeah, bankruptcy, kind of fraud, that kind of stuff. And just get dirt on Meredith's family so Angie could use it against her when her and Meredith weren't getting along.
Yeah, basically Angie was like, you know, she was giving me the playbook how to destroy you.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
But she said she didn't take it. She didn't take the bait. She didn't do it. But she thought Meredith should know what Lisa is like behind her back.
Yeah.
And Meredith said, okay, I'm taking this in. But we were getting along then, her and Lisa. So she doesn't quite believe that maybe that happened, or maybe happened to the extent. But she said that she will be talking to Lisa, you know, clearly about it all to clear it up.
I think for her, she's like, she's not going to believe it just because Angie said it, but also because of the whole hot mic moment. Mm-hmm. Like, I think she knows deep down that there's probably a chance Lisa would do that, you know, but also doesn't want to like tell Angie that she, you know, she's like really kind of playing the fence, but you know, she's like thinking that could have happened, and like I need to verify that.
Yeah,
because
She
I
doesn't wanna
believe it
show all
happened.
her cards,
1,000%.
Oh
you
yeah,
know?
I'm sure it happened.
Totally.
For sure, of course.
Because that hot mic moment, man, that was like we're friends, but we really like are fierce competitors and kind of hate each other.
It's I'm
You
your best
know?
friend, but I really actually hate you.
Yeah, like it was totally that kind of like energy and vibe, and just like a Freudian slip of like that's how she really thinks about you.
Yep.
You know.
Yep. And as a friend, you can never forget those words. Yes, you will move on for the paycheck and for the show, but you deep down inside, when those two couples meet up, that's weird.
That is weird.
Like, that's awkward. It's weird. You know what you've said about me, my husband, everything was said. Like,
and it's so
just
funny.
Weird.
It's funny, you know, them two as couples, just it's kind of random. Like, few seasons ago, it was like Meredith and her husband were like the weird couple. They were like on some weird break. It was like he's always blah, blah, blah.
Gone.
It was like very weird. But like between the Next Gen show and then how we've seen them the last few seasons, like they seem way less weird.
Yeah.
And now Lisa and John seem weird as hell. Like what is going on there, you know? So it's totally flipped the weirdness of like.
It really has. And like Lisa and John just sitting silently in that, you know, Uber or car ride to the to Amy's
I think
Sunday
they knew they
lunch
were
or
walking
whatever
into a total shit show.
was weird.
It was weird vibes for sure.
So weird.
And then just the pictures of them on the it's like I don't know, it's just funny. Like
performative.
And it's like different now. Like Meredith and her husband, it's like, oh, they look like they'd be fun to be around. He's like real goof. You know, it's I don't know, just like you see them totally differently than how it was a couple seasons ago. And now Lisa and her husband, it's weird. It's like a weird vibe going on.
It is. So we will see how this next episode shakes out, because I have a feeling there will be many butting of heads coming up.
For sure.
Stay tuned.
Thanks for listening.